What are some basic stretches for my neck? It is constantly feeling tight. And I know I've heard this from a lot of clients lately, especially kind of like at the base of your neck, and it's a lot of phones, tablets, bad working positions. So a couple of things you can do. One is to do a gentle side bending stretch. Now with this, you're gonna bring your ear towards your shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch on that opposite side. If you're getting a kink or a pinch on the side you're leaning to, you're cranking down on that joint, you don't want that. Instead, try and grow your head a little bit taller and then just tilt that ear towards that shoulder. You don't ever, ever, ever want to grab your head and pull it or put pressure on it. That's really hard on your neck. You're gonna put strain on joints and things that you're not able to control where that's going. Make sure any stretches that you do are active and controlled and not having extra force. Now, if you've heard me talk before about don't stretch with hypermobility, that's still a very real thing. But there are times where being able to actively move out of a position you've been in and into a better position is really helpful. And so these are some of those times. One of the other ones that I really like is being able to do a stretch either on, this is a half foam roll. If you have a full foam roll like this, a 3-foot one, that will work as well. This is a great, great stretch for necks. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lie down on it. You wanna have your low back on it and your head. And then what you're gonna do is bring your hands up toward the ceiling. Keep your knees bent, takes care of your back, and then just let them come out to the side. Gravity is gonna do all the work. You're not trying to strain, you're not trying to force them anywhere. You're just trying to relax into it. It helps open up the front of your chest, open up the front of your neck, and that helps take the pressure off that backside. So you're gonna look up toward the ceiling and just relax here. Now when you go to get up, make sure that you bring your arms together first and you do your log roll off and sit up. Be careful that you don't just do the giant sit up because you just did all this great work opening things up and then you put a whole bunch of force trying to crank it back down. That is going to be much harder on your body. 30 seconds is what you want to hold that one. And again, relax into it and then get back up, see how you feel. And you can do these several times a day if you find them helpful for you. One of the other exercises I really like, particularly if you're doing computer work or you're working in a position where you're bent forward, maybe at your kitchen table or your countertop, and it's not ideal, but you're making it work to get by. I love wall slides for your arms. What this does is it helps put everything back where it should be. So it takes you from this kind of hunched forward position and it opens everything up, which makes it work so much better. So I'm going to show you on this wall here. And then facing the wall, you want to have a good foot apart. And you're going to slide your arms up the wall, come back toward your ears, and down and out to the side. So if you can see, up, back, down. And what that does is it just rolls your shoulders, your back, your neck, everything back to where you want it, and it really tends to feel pretty good. Now, if you're straining, you don't want to strain. If you're stuck forward and you're trying to fight yourself, that's not going to be comfortable. So think about just trying to open everything up and just go within the range that you have. You don't have to come behind you. Hypermobile people love to do really well and will extend far beyond their body. You're not trying to go beyond straight up and down. And if you feel like you're starting to get pinching in the top of your shoulders with that, just don't go that far. You can come up, come back a little bit, but not be behind you, and then down and out to the side. So you can adjust that as you need to. Now with that, you're gonna wanna do 10 repetitions. So you wanna kind of get that movement down, make it nice and fluid, but you're not doing 100. 2 is not quite enough, and so 10 tends to be a nice, easy number. Getting your basic cardio in actually helps your neck, so don't forget about that. Getting out and walking, biking, getting that heart rate moving, having that extra exercise helps to get your joints moving and loosened up, and that will make you feel better. Relaxing your shoulders. When we get tense or stressed or sometimes just really focused, we tend to be really tense and stiff here. If you periodically just check in with your body and cue yourself just to relax your shoulders, let them drop down toward the floor. A lot of times you can find you're using your muscles a lot more than what you need to, and letting them relax can really help retrain those to not be so tight and to work a lot better. Heat can be really helpful. There's a maneuver that I tend to use and treat. So every muscle has what we call reciprocal inhibition. That's the big technical word. But basically it just means when you turn one muscle on, the opposite muscle has to turn off. So for example, with a bicep curl, when you bend your elbow, your bicep has to turn on to make that arm move, but your tricep has to shut off to allow your arm to move. Because with neck tension, we tend to do this. If you bring your head down and to the side, that forces those muscles back there that tend to be so tight to relax, because you can't be up here and down there at the same time. Now this is, again, not something you're gonna force. You're not gonna crank on your head. You're just gonna let your head drop down, let gravity kind of pull it, and you'll feel those muscles just start to give and relax. So you can use that to your advantage. The last one I have for you, muscle exercise wise, is lying down again. When you're lying on your back, it's a really little exercise, and it's just pressing your head down into the floor, the mat, a pillow, just anything behind your head, and you want to go straight down. So it's not chin tuck, it's not trying to pull, it's eyes toward the ceiling, pressing your head straight down into the surface and then relaxing. You just want to feel those muscles in the back of your neck tighten up, and they should activate both sides fairly equally, right and left, and they are the ones that are helping to hold your neck in place. So you want to make sure that they're on and working well. When you turn on a muscle, then when you relax it, you can a lot of times get better relaxation. So that can be really helpful, not only to improve your position, but also to help those muscles relax. So next time you're getting a lot of neck tightness, stiffness, try some of those things. See if one of those might work for you and help you to feel better and not be quite so sore.